Hello, I'm going to introduce a business application which can design the forms, reports, and other various kind of business transaction without writing a much programming codes. Now, let me log in to business application. The application has a multi-project or you can say multi-company option. Let me show you the one project which we have already design in this. It's a hospital management design within this Nana desk. So let me log into this application, and this is just for demonstration purpose. I'm showing you this form. This is a patient information that's used for the hospital. Now this form which get loaded now, it has been created on fly. Like there is no like I'm not using any Visual Basic or any Power Builder or Delphi or any business application development tool where I'm creating the form. So these all settings are designed dynamically, and then we can write all kind of business logics. Same time, you can have a master detail relationship, turnaround facilities, almost all the requirements we should have in any business application. Like the example, if I want to double click, it can go and show the further reference form or reference. Now, as I mentioned, these all forms are created on fly, dynamically, without writing much of the code. So let me go back, log in again in a demo project. This is the developer, so we are only as a super user. Now here these are the standard transaction which has been developed by application, and these are the system related transactions. Now our requirement is we want to create a form. Now to create a form, we all know like if you are entering any information in a business application, it need to be saved somewhere. Now this application is connected with SQL Server database. Now, if you don't have a much knowledge about database also, still you can create a form. Now, you can still ask me if a person is not familiar with the database, how he is going to create a database linked form. The answer is, do you know Excel? If you know Excel, you can create a database related forms. Now, for the simple purpose, I already created an Excel file. Let me open that Excel file. I have a Excel file called contact list. I have name, designation, mobile, email. So what I have done, I created Excel file and I entered the data in the first row. So this Excel file is already existing. So what I'm going to do, I'm clicking new. Now, whenever a user is creating any form, you have to give the name. Like the example, I will give Naina. Don't get confused with the word Nana. Nana is the application name. Nana contact list. And here we can have a menu like these menus where is going to appear. So I want to put this one as a demo form. So once I done these two entries, then I'll click post. Now I have done a basic setting which is the defining the name and defining the menu. Now the important job is coming how I'm going to connect my Excel file. So I'll click edit, click connect, then look for the contact list. This is my contact list. So click OK, save, and then click this button structure. Now what this structure does, structure is connecting the SQL sheet, fetching the data, then it's going and doing a manipulation and finding which kind of data types are there, and accordingly it's defining the data pair. Like all you can say, mobile number it took float because it was a number, and then rest all are in varchar. Now here is 255 because of Excel. So Address I can have a 50 character, designation I can have in 20 character, email I can have in 30 characters, and then this one I have 40 characters. Now this is the width which is going to be used to create the database. Now this is the width which is going to be used how the data is going to appear in the grid. Now grid has a different kind of calculation, so you just double it. 50, you can say 40, 60, 20, and 80. Now, because this data and this structure came from Excel, so Excel does not have any primary key kind of mechanism. But because we are using RDBMS, so it's better to have a primary key. So I'll right click here, and we have a function called add primary key. So now the system has added a primary key called master ID auto increment, and then this is a primary key field is enabled. Now once we have done these setups, then you right click again and say prepare SQL script. So what happens, system has created SQL script on the basis of these field and data types, and now we have a physical table created, Naina custom table 529. Now if you want to see how this all happened, you can click here and you can see this is the dynamically it has been created the the script which has created a table. So what we have done, we created a transaction, we fetched the data type, and then we created a database. Now we will close this and we will go to a demo form. So you can see here it's appearing two times, it should appear once. Okay, so let's log in here. Now you can see we have a form dynamically generated. Now it doesn't, the size and width is not proper. So what I'll do, on fly, you can do the changes. Now this is a mobile number, this is email, and this is. Now the system has a capability to design all the drag and drop facilities. So what I'm going to do, I'm clicking this one, making form big, okay, and then also moving this one. So let's, sometime it's because of the coordinates, we have to have the coordinates. It need to be selected. Once we have this, yeah, selection button, we can move it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make like this, and then just double click this. This is the toggle button. So all the changes which we have done now, which has been saved. Now if you go back, you can see the whole setting is being saved. Now what we are going to do, this master ID is basically a auto incremented primary key, so it should not appear here. So to display of this one, we can go back to the function and here and just say visible false. Go back. Any changes you do in the application setting, you need to reload the form. So now we have done everything. Now click new and say Syed Torabi, which is my name, manager 7999 abc abc.com. Now we created a record, okay, without any validation. Now if I go and click here and try to save, you can see it's giving you a message like you cannot enter empty record. So if I say here temp, it's inserted, but this is in this way you cannot let user to enter anything. So you must have a validation function. Now system is capable to handle any kind of validation routine. It has an event which is on the database level. So we'll go to on table level event on before post. Now here we can write any kind of logic. Like this application is being developed using Delphi application, which has a Pascal language. The Pascal language is the language which is being used to develop Delphi. So these all syntax are related to Pascal. So if document head, I'll explain what is the document head in the next video. Field by name as a string. So what I'll do, I'll check the length. If the length is 0, it means the name has nothing. Then raise is a script function. I'll say it's blank. Just click it, it's saved now. Now we have done some scripting changes, so we have to log in again. And now click here plus, let's enter name is blank. So basically what happened, the system has trapped the event which is written on insert. Like on insert, on before post, system is checking the name does not have a value. So here I can write smile. So I'm able to print it. Now suppose if I want to write the same validation on designation field, so what we need to do, we need to go back to the application on insert on before post. You just copy it and then paste it, which is designation, which is a designation. Okay. Now I will say here designation designation is blank. So what we have done, we defined another filter, another validation routine for designation. So now if we go here and enter 777 and try to post name is blank, Ahmed, designation is blank. So what we have done, we created a data entry form, we added the validation, but we didn't open our source code. Now let me go back and show you again. We are logging into application, going here, and then we have a contact list. So we created a contact list here now, which is a single form. Now assume we have another table where all the responsibilities for this particular individual is listed, which will be a master detail field. So now how we can create a master detail form. Now in the last example we used Excel to create a form. So what we are going to do this time, I'm not going to use Excel. I'm going to use our normal transactions process. So let me design a like this is the Nana contact list. Okay. Let me redesign the another form called imply, and then we can have another master detail form. So let me create here imply list. This will also go to demo form. Uh, Post it here. This time I'm going to write. I'm adding a primary key, which will be a primary key. Then second field. Now I'm going to select by myself here, like this one in varchar. Okay, name, which is the employee name. Okay, and the width is 50 character. Okay, now I need to have imply name and okay, imply name, and then let's have a designation also. So you have a two option. If you want to copy this record, you can just click copy. So I don't need to select anything. I'll just go right here, designation. Now designation will be a 30 character. Now we must have a, 120 and 300. This is the grid width basically for this particular thing. So we have three field now. One is the primary key, which is auto increment, so we don't need to display here. So let's pause it. And rest of these two fields are there, and this is the form is imply list. So let's close this one down and go back here. Okay, we need to add. What happened? I didn't generated the table. So this is the imply list. We created everything. Now we'll go here and tell prepare SQL script. What's column name? Space. Okay. What is device? Ah, because it cannot have a same field designation. So the field name must have unique. So this one. So now system has created this database and it's all the function has been enabled. So let's close it and go to demo form. You have employee list. So we get employee list, like take example, create here, and manager, now we have employee form, and I want to add a various uh, projects, like in which projects these people are working. So we will have another table where the projects is going to appear and will collect as a master detail. So let's close this one, go back again, create new. Here we have all projects, and then let's create demo. Okay, sorry, because this is going to be a detailed form, so we don't need to attach to the menu with this form. So let's click post and then go to here, click primary key. This time the primary key we will make a detail ID, detail ID. Now we will add a field called master ID, which will be a primary, which will be a field which is going to be used, and which will be a integer field. So this is going to be used for the master and detail. So this is done, and then we can go and create one more, which is in varchar. Now this will be a project name. Project, here we can write project name. Okay, so it's asking me to define fields. Okay, here 200. So now we have two table where we have three fields. One is the project, one is the master ID, and one is this one. And this is going to be a primary key. So everything is done. I'll just say create a table. So now this table is also being created. Now we can go to the imply, go to the master detail, and make this form as a master detail form. So I'll select here projects. Now let's go back here and see imply. Now you can see the master detail form has been created. Just click save, go back and come back here. So you have here these informations. Now you can see here in one of the field the caption is not there. So to do the changes in this part of the tab, you have to click this button because this is a detail. Now this is a master ID. Basically these two fields does not need to be displayed, but I'm just showing to show how the system functions. So just go back, apply list, click here. Now when we click here, you can see automatically this one is getting transferred, and here I can write KOC project. Here I can write JO project. Now if I go to here, I can create here like OGC. I can say ENI. If I go here, KNPC. Now you can see we created a master detail form. We did not write any single line code, but it has been system is capable to handle this master detail relationship. Now we have one form. Now if you want to add another form here, like take example his job descriptions. Okay, so let's go to the form here, job description. You don't need to attach the menu because it's going to be attached in the below. So what we have to do, just save it. We'll follow the same philosophy. Add master ID as a primary key, make it detail ID. Okay, this one also detail ID. And then again you add a primary key, just say, or let's add it manually, integer. This will be master ID, master ID, and then jd job, or you can say this job description. Okay, so we need to have 50, 50, then 100, 90. So we created this process. Now what we just left, we need to go and tell create SQL script. So now table is being created, so we will go to the imply list again. Now come here, we have already one detail is added, so let's go and select here job description. Okay, now close it, go back to the demo form. Now why came here, because it's get attached with the menu, which was not our requirement. So if you click here now, you have Ahmad has working on the project here, and now this is the job description. Now here I can write pricing, quotation, tender. Okay, now I'll go to say here, system development, SD, now here safety, just see. So now what happened, now we created two dynamically forms and we linked with each other, but we have not written any single line code. Now, these all data which has been inserted here can be exported in a click of mouse into Excel. You can see here. Now, suppose if you want to delete this record, the system has inbuilt function. It will not let you delete because it has a child record showing like the current record has two child record, so you cannot delete it. So the system has all inbuilt functions to handle business logics and also all kind of validation which we have shown in this other form. So what we have completed in this video, we created now this job description is coming. So what we need to do, we need to log in here and job description is the menu is blank. So let me log out and see. Yeah, so it was just a memory. It was a memory. So we have created two kind of form. One is the single form, which is the contact list using Excel. Okay, and the second we created a form where we didn't use Excel. We create on fly. We created business logic, and we created a field, and then similarly we created basically we created tables, and then simultaneously the forms is being created. One more thing I want to cover in this presentation, like we have master detail, we have single form. Now here, if you see this in this form, we are entering into grid. But if you want, you can make a control also, and the entry can be done in the control. So let me go and enable the system to have a control, grid control, then appearance, sorry, screen field, and or leave it. I will complete this one into the next video. So here we are concluding. We created a single form, and then we created a multi master detail forms, and then we used Excel to create a table, and then on fly we created also table. Thank you.